Two movies I fully expected to hate ended up being quite enjoyable. It's the Minions versus the Penguins of Madagascar on Movie Feuds. Although there's basically an army's worth of minions to choose from, they actually do fight in an army in the film. It's really a 3 versus 4 scenario with Kevin, Stewart, and Bob going up against Skipper, Kowalski, Rico, and Private. The Penguins have more unique personalities, albeit one-dimensional, but these aren't really deep films. The Minions is at its best when the whole squad is together, and I found it rather odd they decided to split them up for such a large majority of the picture. Do animated films really do better based on star power? I always wonder that. I mean, 1 or 2 people I can understand, but 4 or 5 seems unnecessary. Minions has Sandra Bullock playing Scarlet Overkill. Some of her dialogue seems sarcastic when it shouldn't have been, and it just overall felt off. Then there's John Hamm, Michael Keaton, Allison Janney, and a narration by Jeffrey Rush. On the Penguin side, we have John Malkovich as our antagonist, Dave. I found it rather amusing every time he did a play off of a celebrity name. Let's roll a clip on that, Chaska.
Nicholas Cage, them. Elijah, would you please take them away? Drew Barry, more power.
Benedict Cumberbatch, Ken Jeong, and Andy Richter also help round things out. As great as all the talking animals are, I just can't pass up a good minion. The Minions is a simple tale of a race of creatures just trying to find their place in this world. They need structure and guidance in order to flourish. To obtain said guidance, they latch onto the most powerful leader they can find. This leads to a vignette of very funny deaths early on, where our little banana-loving friends jump from master to master, only to see each one come to an untimely death. With hope lost and emotions at an all-time low, 3 of the bravest Minions step forward to put things back on track. It's unfortunately also where things slow down quite a bit. The first 30 minutes is so strong I wish it was the entire premise. The Minions may need a master in order to flourish, but the audience certainly does not. Why make a Minions standalone film if you're just going to rehash the same ground you've already covered? Just make Despicable 3 and be done with it. The Penguins of Madagascar follows our 4 cheesy dibbles-loving birds on a mission to uncover Dr. Octavius' secret plans. Like Minions, this movie takes place all over the world, with Antarctica and Italy being the most notable. My favorite is an extended chase sequence where Skipper and crew outrun a string of octopi via gondola, both on land and sea. I think the whole revenge plot by Dr. Octavius would have been more interesting had we been introduced to him in some clever fashion earlier on in the picture. It's still more focused than its competition, so points for Penguins here. On the other hand, the ending did feel like a recycled plot from Despicable Me 2, where the penguins get turned into disgusting, disfigured purple creatures that run amok on the city. So I take back what I said no more than 10 seconds ago. Point for Minions. And bonus point for having a Comic-Con for villains. That was pretty awesome. Both are very pleasing on the old eyeballs, but Minions is the winner for me. It's got far more detail in its environments and the character models. It's true that Penguins goes for a simpler, edgier aesthetic with faster animation, so it's not really its fault. I just prefer a more glossy presentation Minions provides. Music is very paint by numbers, which is disappointing when it comes to the Minions. I thought for sure we were going to get some great musical numbers from these little yellow idiots, especially after the terrific send-off in Despicable Me 2 with I Swear. And I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there, I'll be there. First-time DreamWorks composer Lauren Belfi put up a solid spy-inspired theme and accompanying tracks. It works with the beats of the picture. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's also very generic, very run-of-the-mill, very much like this show. Let's move on to the conclusion. It's hard to dislike movies like these. They have a very wonderful set of characters, they have a playful spirit, and they look gorgeous. They're also pretty tame affairs that don't offer much in terms of creativity. For family movies, you could do much worse. I'm a bit torn on these as far as a winner is concerned. Ultimately, I'm going to side with the Minions, but on off days I could go with the Penguins. It doesn't really matter that much to me. But what did you think? Do you have more investment in these flicks? Perhaps you enjoyed them a lot more than I did. Leave a comment, vote, and remember, this is more than just reviews, this is Movie Feuds. I should have done Minions vs. Frozen and just watched the views and the cash pile up all around me. I guess I have some standards. Do I?